Slaughterhouses are incredibly dangerous places to work.
According to one worker, they are filthy, dirty places. There's animal feces on the floor, you see and smell the guts, and the walls are covered in blood. And the smell. It hits you like a wall when you first enter, and then hangs thick in the air around you. The odor of dying animals surrounds you like a vapor. I don't think we'll be running any school trips out to this new county facility.
Meat and poultry workers are injured at rates on average 50% higher than all other workers in the private sector, and injury rates in red meat processing plants run twice as high.
Commissioner Chestnut had concerns about amputations to slaughterhouse workers, and as was just stated, you should be concerned because this industry, the rates are 50% higher than more severe.
Slaughterhouse workers also suffer psychological harms that have been documented and connected to increased rates of domestic violence, substance abuse, and post-traumatic stress disorder.
Even for those that say that they want a job like this, in the end, we are all empathetic humans. The screams are so loud and piercing that no earplugs can muffle out the sounds. The smell of not just chemicals or blood, but urine and feces of the terrified sentient animals is so pungent that workers have said besides breathing and health problems, it causes many to pass out, and not just because of the sight, but the smells within the walls. Face masks and goggles don't cut it.
The work is so scarring, there's a psychological term for it. Perpetration-induced traumatic stress, PITS. It's caused by being an active participant in causing trauma.
How would you like to wake up and go to work at a place that has only been built to murder and dismember the most innocent and vulnerable beings we share the planet with?
If you have ever been to or lived near a slaughterhouse, you would know the terror and the screams of the animals and the mental and physical health toll that it takes on the workers. We don't need to create jobs that bring more suffering. There are plenty of jobs that could be created that would bring greater ease and well-being.
We want to support the local farmers, but not support violence. We want to feed the community, but not unhealthy, violent food. We want to create jobs, but not those that create health problems as well as mental health problems. PTSD, abuse, suicide is a big part of this agricultural practice.
The supposed jobs that this is supposed to generate are often jobs that nobody wants. According to OSHA, 4% of slaughterhouse workers experience serious injuries such as amputations of fingers, hands, and toes. In addition, infectious diseases are common. A study conducted over a 5-month period in 2009 found that 15% of slaughterhouse workers contracted multi-drug resistant E. coli infection. And another study conducted in 2020 found that 50% of slaughterhouse workers tested were carriers for multi-drug resistant E. coli. The infectious disease can spread and negatively impact the whole community, not just the workers.
The findings indicate that slaughterhouse employment increases total arrest rates, arrests for violent crimes, arrests for rape, and arrests for other sex offenses in comparison with other industries.
So as you can see, jobs within a slaughterhouse are not only unhealthy, but also dangerous. Just imagine what it's like to go to a job every day where you are having to kill a sentient being that is obviously struggling for their life. No matter how anyone here in this room thinks or hopes how it is done, there is no humane, pleasant, and sanitary way to kill a being that wants to live just as much as you or I, and they will fight for their life.
Slaughterhouse workers experience recurring nightmares, personality changes, social detachment and isolation, and display destructive coping tactics. One worker in the study reflected on his aggression. You go to the bar, see if you can find people to beat up. It's complicated to me. It can influence you so that you start beating your wife, assault children, such things, kick animals, hurt animals. It happened to me.
PTSD, abuse, suicide is a big part of this agricultural practice. Not only have I myself been inside slaughterhouses, but have, like many others, interviewed slaughterhouse workers. Many workers end up being abusive towards their family, physically abusive. Violence breeds violence. There are plenty of studies out there that sadly prove the above to be true.
So I urge all of you, before you move forward with this project, to go to a slaughterhouse and you witness what you think is in the best interest of this community.
Former cattle rancher turned animal advocate Howard Lineman said something that really always stuck with me. If you visit the killing floor of a slaughterhouse, it will brand your soul for life. Thank you.